I just have to go and get over some more marshmallows because she's just strolled in here. Anyone, some more marshmallows in her cup?
Rabbit.
Yeah, rabbit cup. Oh. So I'm back now. As I was saying, I think I'm feeling a little bit disheartened. So I've been tracking my ovulation stages, I guess. I've been doing the temperatures, and I have also been doing the ovulation tests as well. So I'm coming off my cold. I'm almost better. I'm just a little bit blocked up still, so I might be sounding a bit, nasally. Anyway. Sorry. Yeah, so I'm doing my testing. I have now done the OPKs, the ovulation tests, for 5 days now. I was supposed to ovulate 2 days ago. According to the app, that's when it says that I was supposed to ovulate. It was 2 days ago. So I thought, okay, I'll start taking the OPKs a couple of days before I ovulate so that I can watch to see, the line like getting darker and stuff like that, and in case I'm a day off or something like that. So yeah, I was supposed to ovulate 2 days ago, so I should have technically got that dark positive OPK. I should have got that 3 days ago, because you get the surge of that hormone pretty much the day before you ovulate. So that didn't happen, and I've been logging the tests onto the app. It gives you the option to take a photo, and you take a photo of it and then measure where it is on the scale of like negative to negative, 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 positive kind of thing. And it adjusts your cycle to what the test shows. So my cycle has been adjusted day after day after day, because I'm just not getting a positive OPK test, and it is it's so annoying. It's like last month I was getting frustrated because I wasn't getting a positive pregnancy test, and my period wasn't coming, so I was sort of like, what is going on? Like, am I pregnant? Is my period late? Just give me an answer, because I want to know. This time, it's like, am I ovulating? Am I just late to ovulate? I don't know. Like, it's so frustrating. And, every day on the app, I log in the morning when I do my temperature, and it keeps pushing back my ovulation date. So, like I said, originally I was supposed to ovulate 2 days ago, and it just keeps going back. I think now my app says I'm supposed to ovulate on the 1st of December, and so I'll take another test tomorrow, and if it's still really negative, then it's probably going to push it back to ovulate on the 2nd, which means that my period will be late, which makes sense for last month. I'll give you some more marshmallows soon, honey. Okay?
Cuddle.
You want to cuddle? Yeah, so it makes sense for last month. So I was, almost a week late for my period last month, which when I put in that was when I got my period, it sort of adjusted my last month's cycle for me, because obviously I had no other ways to tell if I was ovulating or not, apart from just going by what the app sort of said. And I was sort of checking my mucus, I guess, I was checking that, but it was sort of like I'd get little bits of what seemed like the egg white mucus, but then it would go away and then it would come back, and then it was like I will get you some soon, honey. We were sort of having, ooh, what's on your finger? Ah, it's just still from the marshmallow. It looks like Hulu's skin's like all bubbling, but it's just like wet powder from marshmallows. Okay, will you go and sit at the table if I get you some more? No, you cannot sit on my bed and eat. You can sit on my bed, but you can't eat. Yeah? Again, just hang on. Right. Sorry, I just sorted her out a little bit. Yeah, so we'll basically like... Yes, you're in bed. So basically, you know, doing the deed every day and where I was supposed to ovulate. So it was sort of, you know, now that I think back, sort of in hindsight, some of that egg white mucus stuff could have just kind of been from him. I don't know, I sort of read that online on the app in the community part where they say, you know, you need to be careful because if you're doing it all the time, then it might be that and not actually that. So now that I'm kind of like, oh my gosh, that makes so much sense. And I think I might have said it in maybe my first video it was a Saturday. It was a Saturday afternoon and we hadn't done the deed for a couple of days, and what I had initially said was I thought it looked similar to when you lose your mucus plug when you are in your late stages of pregnancy and you're about to have a baby. But thinking back, it could have possibly been me ovulating. It wasn't, like, I think I said it was quite brownish, like it was tinged like a brownish colour, but it wasn't like a old blood brown, like it wasn't that brown. It was just like it wasn't completely clear. But you know, I've been doing a lot more research and they say that it can be a bit like cloudy coloured kind of thing. It doesn't have to be completely clear, which also in hindsight I'm thinking it was probably a bit more cloudy colour than you know, old blood tinged colour, because I was just automatically thinking this could be the implantation bleeding. And when I had researched that, it had said that it is commonly either got a bit of like bright red in it, or it can have a bit of the brown old blood. But it is more of a mucus rather than an actual bleed. So I'd sort of put it down to that, but now looking back, and when I had a look on went back as to when I would have ovulated last month with my late period, it actually says that ovulation day was on that Saturday. And so to me, I'm just kind of like, okay, so maybe my cycle was just all out. It wasn't just my period that was late. It might have been my cycle is just getting longer, which would mean that I didn't ovulate when I thought I did and that I actually ovulated later. And also, to go hand in hand with that, we didn't really do the deed around that time of what could now possibly be when I had ovulated last month. So that had happened on Saturday, and it's saying that I would have ovulated around on Saturday. I think we might have had sex on the Wednesday or Thursday, and then we didn't again until maybe the Tuesday. So it was like a good solid 4 or 5 days, I think, that we didn't, and the ovulation was bang in the middle, which again would make a lot of sense, because if that's when I did ovulate, then there's no way I would have got pregnant anyway. So anyway, that's just sort of like a little bit of a just what I have learnt since doing more research. I love doing all this tracking. I didn't know it was a thing back when I had my last 2 kids. So, you know, I was actually talking to Mike about it last night, and I was sort of saying that I feel like I wouldn't even be that upset if I didn't get pregnant this month, because I would be excited to do all this tracking and testing next month. And then, you know, perhaps I would have learned even more from that. But yeah, the purpose of this video is basically to say that I was feeling a little bit disheartened because according to the ovulation tests, I am not ovulating, and my ovulation day keeps getting pushed back. And my new concern is that I don't ovulate, or I'm not going to ovulate, because it just keeps getting pushed back and back and back, which, yeah, it is frustrating, but I guess there's not much I can do about that, and we'll just have to wait and see. I am checking my temperatures like I had said earlier, but another thing I have also learnt, which may, you know, hinder the proper way to track, I guess, your temperature. I am a mouth breather. Even when I'm not sick, I can't breathe through my nose. I can, but if I try and focus purely to breathe only through my nose, I start panicking, and then my body goes into like more of a, you know, hyperventilating mode, and it's not good. So I don't know what it is, but for as long as I can remember, I've always been a mouth breather. Breathe through my mouth. And yeah, so I've also been doing a lot of research on that, and that can actually mess up your temping, because obviously more air goes into your mouth. It says that the variance of temperature is a lot bigger when you're a mouth breather than when you breathe through your nose. So my chart, because I log it in the app every day, my temperature when I first wake up in the morning. My chart is sort of like up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down. Like it's crazy. Like I've had a look at other people's ones because they post them in the community page, and a lot of them look like, okay, you know, it's, you know, it does go up and down. Like it's not steady. You're obviously going to get a bit of variation in your temperature from day to day. And mine is just, my differences are like extreme, like way down here and way up here. Like they say that, you know, your biggest change will be between just before ovulation and after ovulation. I thought she was asleep for a second. So, you know, your temperature drops before you ovulate, and then it goes up after you ovulate, and then it stays up, and then it'll keep staying up if you are pregnant, but it will drop again just before your period is due if you are going to get your period. But they say that variation of temperature would be like you'd get a rise in your body temperature of between like 0.2 and 0.4 degrees. My temperatures vary like whole degrees, like not massively, but you know, like some of my temperatures are the early 35 degrees and some are in the later 36. So it is pretty much a whole degree that mine can shift from. So that's another concern, because I'm like, God, can anything just go smoothly? First, my freaking OPKs aren't coming out whether I'm ovulating or not. And I'm either worried that, one, I'm not ovulating, or two, the tests are shit, which could very well be that also, because they cost me like freaking $2.37 or some crazy shit like that off a website for 10 of them, and I've never seen them that cheap. You hear about them being cheap over in the States, and same with pregnancy tests. But you know, over here it's way different. Like you buy ovulation kits at the supermarket and you're paying like $20 odd. You're buying pregnancy tests from the supermarket and you're paying like $10 per test. So they are expensive over here, that we can't get cheap ones like over there. But I found these cheap ones online, which is why I bought them, because I was like, if they work, they work. If they don't, they don't. If I do like doing them, I'll keep getting them. If I don't like doing them, then it's not like I wasted a whole lot of money. But that was always in the back of my mind, like maybe they're just not working because they're cheap and they're just shit, you know. But, and then with my temping being up and down crazy, it's frustrating. I just want things to go smoothly. I want to be able to test good. I want to do my temperature. I want my temperature to be obvious when I'm ovulating once I'm done. And I want, you know, to be able to take these tests, and then it's like, oh, it's very faint line. Oh, it's getting darker. Oh, it's getting even darker. And then bam, it's my surge, and the test is positive, and I can get to doing the deed. I don't even know why I say that. I think I just feel uncomfortable saying it around here. Yeah, but I'm here and I am stuck and I don't know what to do, and it's my first month, and you know, first month trying all of these new other ways to help with your chances of conceiving, and it's stressful, and oh my gosh, I just don't know what to do. I want to keep going, but I only have 4 ovulation tests left. Sorry. I only have 4 ovulation tests left. So if I don't freaking ovulate in the next 4 days, I am going to lose my mind, and I will be angry, and I will break something, because I will be so frustrated, because there would have gone a bunch of freaking tests and I didn't take them at a stupid time. Like, you know, some people are like, oh, I start taking them from the day my period stops. I didn't do that. I waited until it said that I should be ovulating soon. I waited until my mucus started being something and not being like nothing. You know, like once it started getting a bit creamy, I was like, hey, better start testing. But yeah, if it doesn't happen this month, I think I will order a couple of packs of the OPKs, so I have got plenty on hand. I was talking to Mike about it last night, and he did say that he thinks that I should be taking them, you know, twice a day, and like the late morning and then again at night, so that I don't miss my surge if it does happen. Which makes sense. I know that on the app and the community page there are lots of people that do test more than once a day because they don't want to miss their surge, which makes sense. But I thought, I've only got, you know, a 10 pack, I don't want to waste them and then they'll be all gone, and then I won't even know when I am ovulating because I won't have any left. I will get a couple of packs next month if I don't get pregnant. And I will also start temping vaginally, because mouth breather, also being sick, will probably not help the process, because even if I wanted to breathe through my nose, I can't. Yeah, but if I start temping vaginally, then it's pretty much going to give me a bang on temperature, and you know, there won't be any other things that are stopping it from giving an accurate reading. I will probably also change my thermometer batteries, which is something that someone else had said, you know, to make sure that if you haven't changed your batteries in a while, then maybe it will pay to change them, because you want the most accurate results that you can get. And yeah, just little things that I think, like I feel like I'm kicking myself for it, but it is my first month doing all of these things. I literally only found out about these different things last month when we were trying, but because last month we were already trying, I wasn't going to start anything halfway through because that would have been pointless. So, you know, I had said to myself, all right, I will do it next month if we don't get pregnant. And obviously I didn't get pregnant, so we were doing it this month. But I'm still learning about all these things. So, you know, I can't keep kicking myself for them. It's like there are people out there that probably feel like they're not doing it right and they've been doing it for a whole year or, you know, something like that. So I am mad at myself, but I can't be mad at myself because it's not my fault. It's just, I'm just learning. And all it means is that if I don't get pregnant this month, then next month I can do it better. And that's all I can ask to do. And I think little miss is getting tired, so I should probably cut this now. It has already been over 20 minutes, which I'm pretty sure is like my longest video yet. So this is going to be fun, watching this back and watching me run my mouth and get angry at myself and yell and yeah. I'm okay. I'm okay. I just wish everything could go smoothly. Oh, and one other thing. So I was doing these quizzes because I'm a nut for quizzes. I like, you know, going on Facebook and doing all these quizzes about what kind of breed are you, sort of thing. I don't even share them on Facebook because these things, I don't want people to know that that's what I do all the time. But I do it all the time, so, you know, it's just putting on a show for Facebook. Don't want them to know that I'm that kind of person. Anyway, so I did 4 different quizzes and all 4 of them had something to do with me being pregnant. So the first one was, how were you going to end 2018? And it came up with, I'm going to end 2018 pregnant. Which I was like, whoa, but cool, you know, like, that's pretty cool that a quiz said it. I did like try again to see if it changes what it said, which it did because it's just a quiz, whatever. And you know, like other things were, oh, you're going to end 2018 thankful and stuff like that. So anyway, yeah, the first quiz said I am going to end 2018 pregnant. The next quiz was, how many kids are you destined to have? And it said 3. The other one was, I forgot exactly what the question was, but it was something like, it was a pregnancy one, so it was pregnancy related, and it had said something about when will you have another baby, and I forget exactly how it was worded, and it said that I would I'd find out that I conceived in November and it would be a boy. Now, if I did get pregnant this month, then it would be conceiving in November. Which, anyway, it's just a quiz. Don't get ahead of myself, SH. Anyway, and the 4th and final one said, what is Asti's 2019 starter pack? I had seen a couple of my friends do this particular one and they shared it because they were like, yeah, that's a cool starter pack. One of them was, you know, like it was like a collage of 4 different pictures, and one of my Facebook friends, one was all different makeup, like this is her 2019 starter pack, and it was just all different makeup, and she was like, yeah, sounds about right, because she's big on makeup. Another one was like all different food, and they were like, yeah, this is me, this is how I want to start my 2019. Anyway, Esti's 2019 starter pack was 4 pictures of a pregnant woman, and I screenshotted all these, so I do have them screenshotted. If I can figure out how to put photos into a video, I will put them at the end of this video, but if you don't see them, then I didn't figure it out. Yeah, wow. Yeah, if I figure it out, I'll put them. If they're not there, then I didn't figure it out and I'll have to figure it out another day. it's not that great of pictures anyway, they're just screenshots. But I thought it was funny, and I thought it was like, oh my gosh, this is crazy that four different quizzes. I sent it to my friend Brittany, and I sent them to Mike as well, and I was just like, I think the universe is trying to tell me something, which it would be nice, and it would be so funny. The reason I'm bringing this up is because it would be so funny if it happened this month, and then that would be, you know, pretty much all of the four were right, and then we could go back once, you know, the baby's born kind of thing. If it's a boy, we can look back on this video and be like, I wasn't even pregnant, and these quizzes happened and they were all accurate. They said 3 kids, being pregnant at the end of 2018, being pregnant bringing in 2019, finding out that I conceived a boy in November. Now it would just blow my mind, but it's just a quiz, so I'm not getting ahead of myself. I'm not like believing in it, because I don't believe in the quizzes. Like, it freaking said that, you know, I've done quizzes that don't make any sense. It said that I'm not even human and stuff, but that's another video. I should go see if she'll have a nap. This video is coming up to half an hour long, so have fun watching this, and I will try and put those photos in of the screenshots. If I can't, I can't. And yeah, what is this? Have a great day. Also, one other thing I forgot to add, if you hadn't, oh my gosh, Ava Jane, can you just give me 1 second? One other thing I forgot to add that you might have noticed in the previous video as well, I have cut out that first little video montage of the kids, sort of like the intro. I cut that out because I did that before I even posted my first video, and I was just sort of playing around, and I was like, this is kind of cool, and I did it, and I was like, yeah, this is cool, but it actually doesn't make any sense. Like, my kids, this isn't about my kids. This channel isn't about my kids. So I'll probably do another one at some stage. But for now, I'm just going to leave it as nothing. And yeah, so I didn't just forget to put it in the last video. I've just stopped doing it now. So yeah, if I could go back and edit the previous videos that I've posted, I probably would, but I can't. So I'm just going to leave them there. And yeah, they're alright. I mean, it's not that bad, but it just doesn't make a lot of sense because my channel has nothing to really do with my kids. So